Okay, now we're going to test a harbor crane. So let's go to our cranes and look and see what we have in our library. And it's LHM550 or the LHM320. Let's try the LHM550. And let's place it at 0, 0. And shrink the view a little bit so we can see everything. Looks good. And now let's go ahead to operate. And let's start it up. And we get the nil reply, everything loaded properly. So now we can go ahead and configure. And we'll operate at a radius to begin with of 140 feet. And we'll put our hook height at 80 feet. And shrink it again. And the crane model looks good. Look at it from a front view. And it looks just as it should. And looking at it from above for a moment, our radius is right on the money. And let's see if we can find a load layer. LHM550 load. We'll double click on it to make it current. And now we'll look at maybe scooting out this payload a little bit. Maybe right around there. And let's look at things from a southwest isometric. And then we can go to operate LHM, go to, and we'll pick the node point in the top of that rigging and hook right up to the payload. Now we can do CHPROP. We'll change that payload to reside on layer LHM550 load. And now when we raise the hook to perhaps 80 feet, the payload goes with it. So that looks good. Now let's try some more commands here. Rotate the carrier. We can put it in any orientation we want. Let's say we want to move the crane and payload and all together. We can do that. We don't really want to do that. We'll do undo. And we can swing. The top works and the payload. We can do it by eye, or we could input a very precise swing angle. And let's see what we can do for radius. We're at 143.10 now. Let's go out to 150. And we're still at 36 degrees to the horizon, and our tip sheave height is 163. And we can spin the hook as if a tagline were on the load, and that's working very well. At any time we could check our capacity, and right now we're at 150 foot radius. We can lift 81,200 pounds. So those are all of the operation commands for this crane. And there's one more thing we can do. We could go to layout for a moment, and then we can go to cranes, charts, and we can actually call up the hook chart and place it right there. And then let's look at that 150 foot radius. There's 81.8, that number that we came up with. So everything is working just fine with the LHM 550 harbor crane. Thank you.